Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Gore Pirates Dynasty here on NCAA 14 and featuring that Oklahoma high school football mod as well. We continue to march on through season number 3 as your undefeated Gore Pirates are going to be coming back home and taking on the Wildcats of Piedmont. And on paper, we should be moving around pretty well. Piedmont does not have the same caliber of roster as we have on paper. They're C's across the board, whereas we have a C+ overall squad. Plus, you have seen us play here for 2.5 seasons now, and I mean, we've been rolling along pretty well. We've scored 30+ points in our last 4 games, while Piedmont has lost 4 of their last 5. So 2 teams that are going in completely different directions right now. They also have to deal with a backup quarterback. But with that being said, we didn't see LaQuince Cobb in the majority of the last game, and we now find out why. LaQuince Cobb on the interception return did strain his shoulder. He will be out for today's game, so we'll need a couple of corners to step up for us. So what that will mean for us is that we will have Isaac Smith move over from that nickel corner spot over to corner number 2 on the outside. And that also means that the senior corner in Austin Price, well, Austin Price is going to have his first start of the season playing that nickel corner for us. Hopefully Austin Price is ready for the challenge. He's a good athlete. But I am absolutely excited to get another installment of Gore Pirates football over in your direction shortly. We hope that you enjoyed the content here today, and if you are excited as I am, make sure you go ahead and do a couple of things for me. Smack that like button for me, and then also, if you're brand new to the channel and like the vibes, make sure you go ahead and smack the subscribe button as well. But with that, I'll catch you on the field for another installment of Gore football. I'll see you guys there. Alright boys, so let's go ahead and get things underway, and we'll start with Piedmont getting the ball first. We'll see what Piedmont does on a critical 3rd down to get the game started. Ryan is actually going to throw over the middle to Tiger Wiggins. If they are going to pull this upset off here today, their backup quarterback is going to have to make good decisions and make winnable plays. Grant Ryan just made one right there, a 20-yard gain on a 3rd down. But that is not their MO, though. They are mainly an option squad, and we actually have some trouble with the option here on this very first possession of the game. You know, we're not used to seeing teams running that wing T formation. We are more likely to see teams actually try to spread it out. But Storage is able to, really play fundamentally sound football. So is this Piedmont offensive line. And now with 2nd and 11 coming up, Wright gets absolutely drilled. And Jeff Jenkins didn't have anywhere to go either. Isaac Smith is going to ultimately line him up like a Christmas tree. And when you're playing up against an option team, this is exactly where we want to be. A 3rd and 17. Show me a thing or two about how you try to pass that ball, big fella. And they try to go with the screen. Nowhere to go for this tailback. He is going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to end the drive as quickly as it started. So now, after a few minutes, we finally get a chance at the ball as we got a 1st and 10 ourselves. First play, they tried to send the blitz, but Beef Wellington is able to find open space. Beef Wellington gets it started with an 18-yard gain on the play. Well, let's see if we can run a little bit of option ourselves as we'll go with a little bit of RJ Valencia action. They were keying in onto Homa Thompson. I would too. Homa Thompson at any given time, the most dangerous man on the field. And he comes into play here on these 3rd and inches. We'll see what we end up doing. We're going to hand it off to Beef Wellington. Beef, he's going to take it to the outside. Going to make a cutback. And now he's off to the races. And he does not lose off in the nose. Touchdown, Pirates! And a 50-yard run for Beef Wellington, showing quickly, exposing the vegetarians on the other side of the field. Beef Wellington with your first score of the game. So a 7-0 lead for Gore Pirates. As now Piedmont comes back out onto the field desperately needing momentum. They know how quickly things could get out of hand, but Wright is going to be able to scramble to the outside. Takes a shot from Quadir Johnson, but Grant Wright picks up the first down anyways. Very next play, Wright's going to drop back, looks over the middle, puts it in danger. Nearly intercepted by Leon Wilson. He did have an interception late in the previous ball game. But instead, at the 2nd and 10, as Wright drops back, Chase Henry is a menace to society, man. Chase Henry, first and foremost, abuses the offensive lineman. I mean, why would you go one-on-one with Chase Henry? That's just simply asking for a very bad day. So now it's 3rd and 18, and now we're pinning our ears back, trying to get after his quarterback again. Right. No, it's going to be a handoff to Sortich instead. A cowardly halfback draw that essentially goes nowhere. And again, we have the ball in our hands again. Less than a minute left to play here in this first quarter. We're running a little bit of option ourselves. Thompson gets to the outside, breaks one tackle, does get shut down eventually, but gets to about the 45-yard line. Nice first run here for Tahoma Thompson, though. So 1st and 10 for your Gore Pirates is again, he'll look to have the ball in his hands. Gets the ball out to Joe Mitchell, who's actually going to roll over a couple of Piedmont defenders and pick up that first down as well. So 1st and 10 for the 35-yard line as they'll run up the gut with RJ Valencia. And RJ Valencia will pick up 9 on that particular run. As that brings us to the end of the first quarter. While Piedmont has done its best to control the clock, we still have a 7-0 lead. And not only do we have that 7-0 lead, we are also driving down the field ourselves. Let's see if we can capitalize on some more points. 3rd and 1 coming up, and RJ Valencia gets the handoff and gets the tough yardage. First down for the Gore Pirates is now. We find ourselves just outside of the red zone, trying to get it out to Jody Gentry, but that was a misfire. A rare misfire by the freshman sensation. So instead of a first down, we now have 3rd and 11 instead. Let's see what we got with Thompson. Dropping back, looking over to right-hand side. Wanted Ashton Griffin, but he couldn't get a toe down. And so we will have to settle for a field goal. Jake Hills, who has been perfect thus far, he's going to kick the field goal up. And it's going to be good. The Gore Pirates will take a 10-0 lead. And we're looking good here in our home turf. So, that being said, a 10-0 lead. And we do also force Piedmont to go 3 and out. So, we have the ball in our hands yet again. Let's see if we can have better results than what we had on the previous drive. We had a 5-yard gain on that run to start the drive out. Does open things up for a 2nd and 5. As Thompson wants to get the pitch out, but RJ Valencia just did not have the blocking necessary. Just a misassignment allowed for a free run at RJ Valencia. And now we're looking at 3rd and 11. Thompson dropping back, looks to the left-hand side, finds Beef Wellington. And Beef Wellington also making a good cut as well, getting more than what we needed in the first place. Beef Wellington, he's surely been making some big plays for us so far today. But very next play, we're already at the 40-yard line, putting the ball into Tahoma's hands and just going to run it up the middle as there was an opening from our offensive line. We do end up getting caught from behind before Tahoma could get up to speed, though. So a 3rd and short coming up for your Gore Pirates. And we want to go crazy here with a play action. Thompson dropping back, looking around. He's got multiple guys open. He's going to settle for Joe Mitchell, who hasn't really touched the ball yet today. And Joe Mitchell is going to score. He was wide butt naked open, too. I could have thrown this to Beef Wellington if I wanted to. But, you know, we just fall in love with that A across the middle, man. It's always open 9 times out of 10. But, yeah, man, we're going to be up 17-0, though. As the Wildcats really are struggling through this first half so far. Down 17-0 already. Wright, however, is going to be able to break a tackle. He'll pick up that first down, and that's what Piedmont really needs right now. They really need those types of sustaining drives. Don't know if they could do much of that with less than 3 minutes left in the first half, as Wright is going to jump it off to Jenkins. That's a first down, and I swore I had somebody in that zone. Somebody got a little bit lazy and guarded somebody downfield instead. And it's an easy first down for Piedmont, where Piedmont is going to work here. They are really putting themselves in a situation to where they could actually put points on the board for the very first time today. But less than 2 minutes left. Wright trying to get the pitch out, but the pitch is offline, and it's a scramble for the ball. Recovered by Chase Henry, and Chase Henry is going to take this all the way, hanging it out with his high school buddies. Touchdown, Pirates! Chase Henry, certified dog, just taking advantage of a bad pitch. That was Piedmont's best drive of the game, and immediately becomes their worst one so far here today. So a 24-0 lead, but we check in on a team that we played last week in Newkirk, and they're giving Edmond Santa Fe a tough time. We'll have to watch over this later, see if we get more studio updates on that particular game. We're looking great right now, man. Up 24-0 as Piedmont look to go to work once again. Wright throws over to the left-hand side, finds Eric Hernan, and Eric Hernan will pick up a gain of 7. He made his first catch on the previous drive, as Wright will look around, trying to get somebody to get open. Got a little bit of cutback cheese going on as Eric Hernan makes another big-time catch as well. So once again, Piedmont is able to get across the 50, and they're still in their T-bone formation, as Ryan was a little bit hesitant for a second. I'm not sure what happened there. Might have been a little miscommunication. And so, 4th down coming up. Just a weird mistake there by Piedmont. Probably why they're below 500 for sure, as Ryan did not go to the left. He did not go to the left. He lost his pitch, man. Just a disaster of 2 plays that we saw there. So 44 seconds left there in the first half. We have one more chance at the ball. Thompson dropping back to pass. It's a 3-man rush. Have 8-man in coverage. So we're going to throw it up for Ashton Griffin, who comes down with it. Ashton Griffin, certified bad man, as Ashton Griffin mosses a defender. And now we have a goal line situation. We also have all of our timeouts as well, so we can do things like run the ball if we wanted to. And yeah, we are certainly good at running that football as well. Piedmont does use one of their timeouts, trying to calm this defense down a little bit, but it's not going to work though, as RJ Valencia finds the end zone again, and your Gore Pirates dominating in the first half, already up 31-0 after 1 half of action so far. So, with that being said, we have a second half coming our way. I still want to have the starters in the game because I haven't seen, the complete game. We played really good football in like 2 or 3 quarters, but never in all 4 necessarily. So, want to see if we can get another really good quarter in before I think about putting these backups and placing them into the game. So, let's see what this offense can do coming out of the half. As Don Barrettine sets us up beautifully, actually. Let's see what we can do here as RJ Valencia runs it up the gut to start the second half. And he will pick up a gain of 6 yards on the play. So, 2nd and 4 coming up for your Gore Pirates, as Thompson looking over to the left-hand side, thinking about scrambling, and he does. Thompson able to get out of bounds as well, and that is the first down for your Gore Pirates. We'll also try to set up this bubble screen, and thought about doing the bubble screen for a second, but instead just going to let Toma Thompson go to work. Oh, I wish he was able to get that corner. He almost had it. Great leverage by 57, though. Taking a proper pursuit angle to make up for maybe his lack of mobility that he does have. Let's try to set up that screen yet again. It's a play action. We just did not guard very well at all. Very lucky that it did not end in a sack there, but we will have a 3rd and goal instead, though. Trying to pick things up here through the air. Thompson dropping back, looking for a one-on-one with Jody Gentry. And Tyson Durant nearly makes us pay for it. and we will have to settle for a field goal. Jakes Hills does stroke it through, and it's going to be 34-0 for your Pirates. So, 34-0 is your score. We'll see if his defense can continue to shut down Piedmont as they've been shut out in the first half. Wright's going to look over to the right-hand side, though. Has Rollis, and Andrew Rollis will pick up a gain of 9 on the play. It's nearly a first down for the Wildcats. Third and short coming up for Piedmont, though, as I imagine they'll try to run for the first down. Given that they typically like to run that triple option, they will with Grant Wright, and a good open field tackle by Brant Danielson. But Grant Wright will still pick up the sticks. But very next play, though, a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, as Wright's going to drop back the pass, looks over to the left-hand side, finds Sordich, who does actually break a couple of tackles. Merritt Sordich almost finding a way to pick up a first down. He's not a pass-catching running back, but showed some good moves there. So, 2nd and inches coming up, looking over to the right-hand side, and Jenkins is able to move for the first down. Jeff Jenkins able to pick up a gain of 6 on the play. So now Piedmont is in Gore territory. Right, looking over to the right-hand side, is able to get out to Tiger Wiggins. Tiger Wiggins eventually does get brought down by Porter Lindstrid, the junior custom. But he does get Piedmont in the red zone for the first time today. It's been a long game here for Piedmont. They have been not only down bad, dare I say it, down horrendous. As again, they will try to run for it on the triple option. Wright is taking some of our guys for a ride. And the shutout is officially going to end. Touchdown Wildcats. And Piedmont finally gets on the board. So, not only do we give up a touchdown in our previous possession, we do also go 3 and out as well. So Piedmont could be very well building some momentum here in this 3rd quarter of action. Eric Hurdon is going to pick up a gain of 7. And now, 2nd and 3 coming up. Right, looks over the middle, finds Tiger Wiggins. And Tiger Wiggins picks up a first down for the Wildcats. Isaac Smith was able to bring him down eventually. But Piedmont is coming out here with a different level of focus, it seems like. Seems like this Piedmont offense certainly looks significantly different than what we saw in the first half. First half, they just couldn't get anything going no matter what they tried. But they're doing a lot better now. 3rd and goal. Right, throws to the left-hand side. Had Matthew Sordich. But Matthew Sordich drops that pass. Maybe a business decision there because he was going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. However, very next pass play, he finds an open Jeff Jenkins. So another touchdown for the Piedmont Wildcats. Their 2nd one in the last couple of drives. So only up by 20 now. This is exactly why I wanted to keep the stars in the game. Showed me that you can actually put together a complete 3 quarters, and they're not doing that right now. We are been badly outplayed here in this 3rd quarter of action. Let's see if we can build to something here late in the 3rd quarter. This will likely be the final play. Thompson is going to line up under center, facing some pressure, looks to the left and finds Jody Gentry, who's able to pick up the first down. And that will be your final play of the 3rd quarter. Still up by 20, but Piedmont's starting to work its way back. Our next drive could tell us a lot about how this 4th could go. But this is going to be the final quarter of action as we pick things up here with a 3rd and 5. Thompson ready to drop back the pass, looking for the first down. He's going to find Beef Wellington not only for the first down, but he'll also pick up a touchdown as well. Touchdown, Pirates! As now we got that 40 burger officially up on that scoreboard. We're up 41-14. But let's see if our defense can play a little bit better now. Giving up touchdowns the last couple of drives. And that first play was initially called in completion, but the officials did end up getting together to discuss the play, and they actually will eventually reverse the call on the field. And so because of that reversal of calls, we do end up having another first down for the Wildcats. Their drive will continue. First and 10 at about midfield as Grant Wright drops back again, has a little bit of time in the pocket and finds Tiger Williams over the middle for the slant pattern. Tiger Wiggins have a bright spot here today, nearly 100 yards receiving, but no one else has really stepped up for Piedmont. Now have they, as Jamie Fletcher able to bring him down on the quarterback sack, as now 3rd and 18. Let's get him off my field. Wright dropping back, facing pressure, looks over the middle, and Rowles could not quite bring it in. And Piedmont will punt the football away. And this also gives us a chance to go ahead and possibly get some time off the clock. This is a good throw to Delano Tosa. Delano Tosa not getting a lot of opportunities the last couple of games, but hey, he's staying ready. We certainly saw it there, but Thompson just being a little silly. You got to get rid of that pass. You just have to do it. I mean, trying to do a little bit too much there. I know he's an athletic quarterback. I get it. But you just got to let this play die, man. Instead, 2nd and 26. That was a 16-yard loss that my man's had on a sack. Like, we just cannot have any of that right now. Absolutely asinine. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Let's see if we can run the rest of his clock out. Getting a first down could do it, as Piedmont not really using their timeouts. They're not really about that right now. But we don't pick up the first down. So Piedmont's going to get a chance at it, but they can't do anything with that opportunity. And so we do end up closing this game out after all. Second half is, I didn't like how things went in that second half, but I mean, it's a 41-14 win. I have a really hard time complaining when we almost win by 30, and we did come out and do essentially what we were supposed to do in the first place, and that was blow out Piedmont. Just wish that we could have played a little bit better in that third quarter so that we actually could have been a little bit more comfortable putting the entire second team unit into the game in the first place. So this ended up being a tale of two halves almost, as the first half was absolutely amazing. Second half leaves more to be desired, but it was still a good performance overall. Delano Thompson didn't even have to do much today. He only threw 13 passes, made the most of them though. Threw for 188 and 2 touchdown passes on the day. On the ground though, we had 2 guys find the end zone though, and that is RJ Valencia. RJ Valencia did have over 70 yards and a touchdown in this game. But the biggest run of the day belongs to Beef Wellington. They didn't want beef with this kid. He had a 53-yard touchdown on the first series of the game. As for the receivers, not only did Beef Wellington have that big rushing touchdown, but also led the team in receiving yards and catches as well. He had 3 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. Also was found by Joe Mitchell as well. He had 2 catches for 45 yards on the day. Now, defensively, it was overall a good performance, but not a great performance. Didn't love how we played in that third quarter of action, but Quadir Johnson did lead us in tackles today. He had 8 total solo tackles, followed closely by Dalton Barrentine. We also managed to get to this quarterback quite a few times in this one, even though Piedmont is an option team, but they got out of that in the second half. Jamie Fletcher had multiple sacks from the interior, while Chase Henry was able to get to this quarterback as well. Plus, we did actually force a forced fumble, not counted for us because, it was an unforced error, but Chase Henry was there to take advantage of the opportunity, and he took it all the way into the end zone. Was a defensive touchdown for us. And we love to see our defense and special teams absolutely contribute. Now, I don't know why this game wants to do this, but the Cassia Hall, every time we play against them on the road, well, we end up freezing and crashing the mod, right? So we ended up simulating the next game that was on our schedule because of that. and things went out smoothly as well. We ended up winning 38-7, being the final score, and it seems like we dominated Cassia Hall right across the board. You know, we won the turnover battle, we ended up winning the total yards gained, we obviously scored a lot more points than the other team, but looking at what our guys did, Matt Gimitar did get a little bit of love. He did get a chance to come into the game briefly, but how about this? Scott Tanner, one of your guys' custom running backs, gets a little bit of love as well. Got 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. We also saw Jody Gentry and Beef Wellington find the end zone once more. And also, it doesn't hurt that, you know, some of our guys played pretty well defensively overall. We saw Porter Lindstreet get an interception, which is really good to see, just because we haven't really seen that from Porter Lindstreet very much this season as all. Also, Leon Wilson got an interception as well. So a good overall day against Cassia Hall too. So our 7-game winning streak, actually 6-game winning streak at the start of this episode, becomes an 8-game winning streak. And because of that, we are now number 3 in the entire state of Oklahoma. Remember, we started this season unranked, but now we have the entire state's attention. And now we also have a huge target on our back. Next episode, we'll take on Olaso, and this team did beat us last season. So we got to come in fully focused, even though we are at home next time out. Should be a fun one here at Gore High School, and I hope you enjoyed this de facto doubleheader. If you did, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. Hope you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.